Right. I read Acts chapter 27.
Yes.
And I said Pastor Chuma should remind me
Of verse 21.
of verse 21. I wanted to do so that I could speak on Zimbabwe again. Zimbabwe is my country, and I will not stop talking about Zimbabwe. Yes.
But after long abstinence, Paul stood forth in the midst of them and said, Sirs, you should have hearkened unto me,
Says you should have listened to me.
and not have loosed from Crete,
You should not have left Crete.
and to have gained this harm and loss.
And I asked Pastor Erengu and I said, what do you say about such a scripture where the apostle said, the voyage gained harm and the voyagers gained loss? How can loss be a gain? What kind of language is this? The language is full of contempt. The language is full of sarcasm. The language is full of disapproval. Since you claim to know everything, where are you now? That was Paul's language.
All right.
Vakuru, dai makanga manditeerera, musina kubva paKriti, mungadai musina kutambudzika zvakadai, nekurasikirwa zvakadai, nekukuvadzwa zvakadai. In 2017, I warned and said, Zimbabwe, the coming in of the Mnangagwa regime is not a turn over into a new leaf moment for Zimbabwe. It's a dark moment. The day the coup was done,
Yes.
and the people were marching and celebrating in the streets, I was preaching on First Street. I never joined those who were marching. The Lord said, don't dare join this march. These people don't know what they are marching about. Go and tell them. And I said, this new regime is not going to improve the Zimbabwean situation. It's going to get worse. And I cited so many things. I said the manner in which they removed Mr. Mugabe was not approved by God. That's what I said. They used the people in the streets to show the international community that Mugabe was removed by public disapproval. But Mugabe was removed by a military coup. He was under house arrest. And that coup was not bloodless. People died in that coup. And so many people do not want to admit that. I also said the other reason why they are not going to turn around the fortunes of Zimbabwe, it is because they are bloodthirsty. They love to kill. And I said for things to get better for them, we actually need a cleansing process and a healing process in our nation. So many families have tears running down their cheeks every day. They have lost a father, a sister, a mother, a daughter, a son through political violence, strategically planned and strategically executed by the ruling party. The people who did those planning are the ones that are in the executive right now. And this is why everything that they touch, it dies. They have cursed hands. I said it. I said, Mr. Mnangagwa's hands are cursed. If he touches a newborn baby, the newborn baby will die. If he touches an old man, the old man will die. His hands are cursed. He has presided over the killing of his own people. A leader is a shepherd. The people are your sheep. You can't be a shepherd who kills every sheep that behaves in a nonsensical way in your opinion. I don't like this sheep, kill it. This sheep doesn't talk like other sheep, kill it. That one is always restless, kill it. A shepherd does not kill misbehaving sheep. No, you don't. So he became a president of the very people that he was killing for the past 37 years. And when it matters, when it comes to blood, it matters. Blood matters, my brethren. Zimbabweans, blood matters. Ropa rine basa mfunge. Hazvina mhosva kuti munhu makamisira mushonga wepoison mutii kana kuti makamutsika nemotikari kana makamufura nepfuti. Panofa munhu pega pega Mwari anenge akapatarisa. There is one thing that God will never turn a blind eye on. It's the murder of innocent people. There is nothing you can do. You can do as many prayer breakfast meetings with the rogue pastors and the rogue ministers of religion. It will never work. Don't shed innocent blood. If you want to lead the people, it will never work for you. But do they listen? They don't. They branded me an enemy of the state. They started hunting me. They tried several times to kill me. And I survived several assassination attempts. As I speak now, I have metals in my body because the government of Zimbabwe tried to kill me. Where are we now? Where are we now? We now have a new currency called ZIG. From the RTGS currency, we had a currency that was called RTGS. And yet we had another currency called bond note. 3 currencies in one era, in Mnangagwa's era. We have 3 types of Zimbabwean currencies. The first one was called bond note. The second one was the RTGS. This time, we have a ZIG. And what do they say? They say the new currency, $1 of the ZIG currency is worth more than $2,000 of the RTGS currency. How can a central bank print different currencies for the same state with different exchange rates? How can we have an exchange rate for a Zimbabwean currency? One RTGS versus one ZIG currency. That's embarrassment. And listen to me. What is more embarrassing is until today, not even the finance minister, nor the president, nor the central bank governor has admitted that their fiscal or their monetary policies have failed. The introduction of the ZIG currency is an indirect admission of monetary policy and currency failures. It's a failure. There is no other explanation. Why are you replacing the RTGS with the ZIG currency? It doesn't. So what the Zimbabwean government is doing is that each time they fail to quell economic crisis, they come up with a new currency. It's like a woman who, after breaking up with every boyfriend, she changes her name. She was Rhoda when she was dating Prince. After their breakup with the Prince, she changes her name. My name is now Queen. And she dates John. After a breakup with John, she changes her name. My name is now Mary. Madam, your name is not the problem. No. Your character is the problem. Yes. You can change makeup. You can change your dresses. You can change your names. It will never improve your character. Now, my point as a man of God is that all hope is not entirely lost.
Amen.
They can start afresh, these guys, and say, look, let us do things differently. I want in October and August 2022, I want in January 2023, I said, don't do elections, it's a waste of money. Build hospitals instead. There's nothing that is going to change. These guys have already lost the elections. They've stolen the elections already. They've already done a lot of preparations to make sure they tilt the electoral process to their favor. The opposition leaders, as arrogant as they always are, they disobeyed, they never listened. Just like the centurion in Acts 27. They said, this thing is ours. We know what we are doing. God is in it. It's embarrassing now. They are going to form a new movement with a new color. They are going to have a blue color now. Yellow was dumped. They now have blue. Next time they are going to start another one with a black color. Zviri kuitwa neZANU nezviri kuitwa naChamisa zvakafanana. ZANU rikakundikana kurana economy inoprinta new currency with a new name. Opposition ikafoira politics inochinja kala yochinja zita. Kunge vanhu vakazvarwa namai vamwe. From MDC to MDC Alliance to Triple C, from red to yellow, now they have a blue color. These ones, they started with a bond note, they have an RTGS. Now we are in the ZIG currency mode. It's embarrassing. But I said it now, and that's why I asked the pastor to read Acts 27, verse 21b again. Pastor, could you read it again?
Says, you should have hearkened unto me.
Let's end there. Did I not say it?
You said it.
Says, you should have listened to me.
Yes.
Yes.
Huh? You should have listened to me. I know I'm very small in your eyes. But who is going to laugh the loudest now? I asked you last time. When they don't take heed to the warning and the danger happens, does the prophet celebrate? I don't. I don't celebrate that our economy has plunged into new abysmal levels of uselessness and turmoil and disorder and stagnation. I don't celebrate. It is my desire to see things working in Zimbabwe. I want to see people visiting hospitals that are working. I want to see parents being able to afford school fees, which they can't nowadays. I want to see people buying commodities at fair standard prices. It is only in Zimbabwe that a 2-liter bottle of Mazoe costs $5. 2 liters of drink in other countries, it's $1 something, $2 something at most.
Yes.
$5 to buy a concentrate of a 2-liter bottle of drink. It's embarrassing. They have failed. They have failed. They have failed. Mr. Makandiwa, he said, Mr. Mnangagwa is doing a wonderful job in bringing back our economy. Of course, Mr. Makandiwa cannot comment on these things. He is not only a spiritual empty soul, he is also an empty head. He doesn't know the economic indicators that are used to analyze whether the functions of an economy are on the negative or on the positive side. You have to look at the balance of payment. We are importing more than we are exporting. That is not a positive indication of progress of an economy. You have to look at the exchange rate. You have to look at the per capita income of the economy, the ordinary citizen. You have to look at the standard of living. You have to look at the minimum wage. You have to look at how much, what is the fraction of the annual budget dedicated to infrastructural development. Our budget is spent more on the wage bill than on capital projects. That's not progress in an economy. This is basic economics. But from a spiritual side, says, you should have listened to me. The prophetic utterance concerning Zimbabwe right now, I want you to listen to me carefully. Four or 5 years ago, I warned and said, things are going to get darker and darker. Things are going to go out of hand. Prices are going to skyrocket, and the families are going to fail to provide food for themselves. And the jobs are going to be lost heavily. And some are going to relocate back to the rural areas. Everything that I said has happened already. The point of today's prophetic utterance is that whilst everything is happening like this, I gave a prophecy about 10 or 8 or so years ago. It's 8 or so years ago when I spoke about an apple that was rotten inside until it broke. And I said everyone wanted to hold it, to touch it and say, I'm going to deal with this apple. But a voice said to me, this apple, no one is going to be able to control it. No one is going to be able to take it and to put it into order. Things are going to happen from inside this apple. And I want to say to you now, as much as organized as these guys are, you are going to be surprised by 2 things. You are going to be surprised by a turnaround. There is someone who is going to do a turnaround that nobody ever anticipated. Someone who is going to say, I was part of these people, but for now I am tired.
Amen.
I want to tell you what we have done wrong, and I want to be part of the solution. And that turnaround is going to be prominent because that person is playing a pivotal role today. In the government of Zimbabwe right now, someone is going to walk away and say, no, I can't take it anymore. We are destroying the nation. We are making money. Our families are living large, but the people are suffering. I want to do something right. That turnaround is going to cause a lot of turmoil within the people that have worked together today. This is one of the things I wanted to talk about. Someone is going to come out clean and say, I messed up. I participated in the mutilation of the economy of Zimbabwe. We violated people's rights every day, but I'm tired. If I'm going to be killed, I have to say the truth at least before I die. Then the second incident that is going to happen, there is going to be an exposure of a shady deal that happened that betrayed the struggle for proper political independence, which has not yet been attained in Zimbabwe as we speak now. There's going to be an exposure. There's going to be someone who is going to say there's a transaction that was done. So and so and so were involved. And my warning in this prophetic utterance is that opposition figures are going to be fingered in that expose.
Okay.
People that people hoped with or hoped on for political freedom, for a better Zimbabwe, their names are going to be fingered. And some people are going to be in denial to their graves. They are going to say they are framing him, they are framing her. But it will be the truth. A betrayal of the struggle where someone receives money and he lies to the people that is representing an idea when he no longer represents that idea. He is now a puppet of the ruling party, but the people are not aware. This is something that happened behind closed doors. It will come out. It will come out. The information will come out gradually, but eventually everything will come out in the open. it will come out. All right. So these are some of the utterances I wanted to share with you. Men of God, where are we going? As far as where we are now, we are in 2024 in Zimbabwe. I don't see a reprieve in the short side. As we speak right now, I don't see things changing this year or next year. I don't see that. That's the shortest term I can see. I don't see anything changing. What I rather heard as a voice, it said to me, what is wrong with the people of Zimbabwe is that they don't feel for each other. When someone is being harassed, when someone is being attacked, when someone is being abducted, killed, violated, sexually abused, the society in Zimbabwe turns a blind eye. It's one man for himself, God for us all. So what God has decided to do, He has decided to use this rogue government that a significant percentage of our people, each one receives a fair share of their own wounds. And the pain is going to unite us. Political ideologies will not unite Zimbabweans. Religious ideologies will not unite Zimbabweans. No. But pain shall eventually unite Zimbabweans. Okay. This time we hear that the government is destroying people's homes, saying that they are illegal settlers. A responsible government does not do that. People are being evicted to create space for the Chinese mines and mining companies to exploit resources in villages where people have been living for centuries. The government doesn't care. What God has decided to do is we are all going to be victimized until one day there are few left who are not victimized. And the pain is going to be the uniting factor. Our greatest weakness as a people is that we lack love for one another. Zimbabweans are the most selfish and self-serving and self-hating people. We hate ourselves and we hate ourselves at the same time. Yes. So, if there is any prophecy of peace and prosperity that you have received, I am sorry, I am a bearer of bad news. I don't see prosperity in the short-coming future. What I see is more victimization, more sorrow, more pain. People are going to lose properties. Properties are going to be lost because of politically motivated agendas. People are going to lose jobs because companies will continue to shut down until everybody says, what do we have left? Nothing. Let's now claim back our true position in the society. The government of Zimbabwe is the boss. The people of Zimbabwe are the servants. That's the simplest definition of a dictatorship. A proper leadership is when the president and his government are servants of the people. If you don't know this, go and read a book called A Man of the People. I think it was written by Chinua Achebe. It's a very simple book. You can understand this very simply. So as long as we acknowledge and we receive and we take this position that we are servants, and that's why we call ministers chef. Unosangana na minister kuti makadii chef. Iwe ndiwe chef kuna minister. Minister akatoya akatsvaga basa kwauri. Ukampa basa rekuti atungamirire hurumende yako on your behalf. But now wakusangana na MP, wakumuti chef, uri kusangana naminista uri kumuti chef, uri kusangana napresident uri kuvati chef. President havasi chef vako, iwe ndiwe chef wapresident. He works for you. That's a proper democratic institution. Zimbabwe is not. Our democracy is a Ponzi scheme. Are we going to wake up? Yes. Are we going to wake up this year? No. Are we going to wake up next year? No. We are not going to wake up in the next 2 years. We are going to continue suffering. But the light is no longer as far away as it was 5 years ago. Prayer will not change these days. Try to do it, I'll be here. If you hear God more than I do, I will repent on that particular day. There's nothing that is coming in the next 2 years. So, kumba kwenyi mimi kuchatoda kuti mutange mambowirirana mese kuti our biggest problem is this government in power. Kana musati maakuwirirana izvozvo ndiyo madhetsa acho iwayo, ndiyo madhetsa ekuti zvinhu zvichanaka rini. All right. So far and so much about the prophetic utterances. Take note of what I've said. I am a man of God.
Amen.
I could have spoken about the money that is being given and spread around like confetti by Wikine Uchivayo in these vehicles that is donating. I could have said something about it, but I am not going to speak now. I'm going to speak at the appropriate time. So far, there's nothing that has happened which I have not said before. I'm going to speak when there's something important in relation to what is happening. So this one is out of the conversation today. I was just hinting you that I'm speaking about it very soon. I will speak about it very soon. May God bless us. May God give us courage. May God give us strength to live our lives as responsibly as possible under these difficult circumstances. I feel for the people of Zimbabwe. They are going through untold suffering. They are my people. The prices are going high every day. The school fees are going high every day. And yet the earnings of the people are not increasing.
Yes.
And the government continues to squeeze the people by coming up with these spurious tax issues and tax brackets and tax laws and tax statutory instruments to take money from an already suffocated pocket from the ordinary people. My words to you as a man of God, if you are a Zimbabwean, try to practice a very, very high disciplined culture of austerity measures in your own family. Make sure you prioritize the most important aspects of life. To those who are working and they can't make ends meet, my advice is, well, at least you are earning less than enough. Focus rather on improving your employability. Increase your education. These jobs you are working are useless because you can't even build a house with your income. But if you take this time, this sabbatical, this economic crisis, to add value to your education, to your credentials, when things get better, you are going to have better opportunities in life. To those who are relocating to the diaspora, my advice is that you are going against the wind. You are running against the direction of the wind. This is a proverb. When the time comes, you shall realize I was true. Running away from your home when it catches fire is not wisdom. It's not just cowardice. It's an abdication of family duty. It's our duty to fix our country and not to run away. We must find a way to come back home, wherever we are. Unless it became an existential threat. Of course, you can't remain when you are facing a threat to your own life. Because for you to contribute to building your country, you have to be alive first. So we can't tell you to remain if it was threatening your life. But if it was your economic situation, I want to encourage us to be innovative, to be able to adapt to the situation, and never to leave our motherland in the hands of a vampire government, hoping that a miracle will happen to solve the problems for us in our absence. We are going to walk back into a Garden of Eden, whose foundations we were not involved in its building. That's a fairy tale. We mustn't enjoy fairy tales. We are now adults and we are facing a real problem. Unless your life was on the line, leaving the country is not the best thing. Our children and our children's children are going to look at our graves and admire us. They never ran. They stayed at home. They played a contributing factor and part in fixing the problem. And now our situation is better, our country is better. When Germany suffered defeat in the First World War, the Germans did not look for jobs in the greener pastures. They stayed in Germany. They committed to put their hands on the deck, and they all contributed in building Germany to what it is now, one of the greatest economies in terms of stability in the world. It was done by the Germans. They never left to go to America. They said, we are Germans, we will live in Germany. Our country has been destroyed by the war. We are going to build it again. It's our job to build our country. No one will do it for us. No one is going to challenge an irresponsible government on our behalf. We are going to do it, but it's just going to be at the right time. We have to speak the same language first. Until everyone has a wound, we are going to remain selfish like this, buying a Rolls Royce in a country that does not have a proper road until the time when all roads have been destroyed. And we are facing and glaring at our own misery and say, right, like a warthog, there's nowhere else to run. Let's face the dogs and let's build our country again. These are the words that I wanted to share with us. We have to be strong. We have to be prayerful. We have to find one another. We have to start to feel for each other. We have to start to love one another. We have to start to unite, to do things together as countrymen and countrywomen. That is required for our country to recover. Our selfishness is of a world record. We don't care for each other at all. At all. If we cared for each other, when I saw the burial of More Blessing Ali a few days ago, the whole country should have attended that funeral. And I told you before, that is an indictment on the whole nation. We have carried another case once again. Innocent blood was shed and nothing happened. The country has been cursed once again. The blood of More Blessing Ali is upon every one of us, every Zimbabwean. As you walk today and tomorrow, you must remember the blood of More Blessing Ali is upon your shoulder today. Go to church and tell yourselves that you were not there when she was murdered. And you are going to realize one day when you learn the doctrine of Christ, that when a man is murdered and the society does not confront the murderer, the whole nation is cursed by God. hachisolvwe nemaprayers vandiri kutaura izvi. Zvinotozoda kuti kana vanhu vaakuda kubatsirwa, when you want to listen to us, the men of God, we will tell you how the nation can be cleansed from such many cases. When a nation is cursed because of innocent blood, my dear, look at how many minerals Zimbabwe has and how miserable our economy is. Don't you see that the contrast is amazing? Mama, zvicherwa zvatinazvo senyika neurombo hwenyika yedu zvinotoshamisa kuti nyika yedu haina maroads, kuparira nyatuko hakuna mushonga. Zvinoshaika sei? Madiamonds tinawo, gold tinaro, maemeralds tinawo, aluminium tinayo, lithium tinayo, uranium chaiyo tinayo muZimbabwe. Asati yatanga kumainwa bedzi. Zvinoitika sei? It's a case. Innocent blood, innocent blood, innocent blood. One day we shall realize that we have to understand how to protect one another as a nation. Doesn't matter which church you belong to, which party you belong to. Politicians should not divide us until we kill one another. That's not acceptable in the eyes of God. And this is one of the problems that we have. So we give these prophecies and utterances to guide believers. When you are planning, plan with this in mind. When you are praying, pray with this in mind. Remember, I told you there's nothing changing, nothing different coming out of the 23 August 2023 elections. And I said, don't waste your time hoping that something will change. Work your life as if there's no election at all happening. And those who listened to me, Pastor, they were not stressed with the election results. That's the beauty of listening to the men of God. Pastor, before we go into a tete-a-tete, let's listen again to Acts 27, verse 21b. Start from the beginning.
But after long abstinence, Paul stood forth in the midst of them and says, you should have hearkened unto me and not have loosed from Crete and to have gained this harm and loss.
You shouldn't have gained this harm and gained this loss. This is what I'm saying. Despite all the horror I have gone through in the hands of our current government, I'm still here as a man of God, and I'm still available to play a part in directing them and advising them on how to come out of this mud. They won't come out on their own. They will need guidance. I can direct them. There are corrections that can be made, and those corrections can be made. It's possible. Even if they are to call me today, I will come and I will meet with them. And I will tell them, these are your areas. You should have listened to me in 2017. They should have called me and said, why are you saying our government will not achieve anything for the people? We are the Second Republic in the first 100 days. And I told you, nothing will come out of their 100 days. Do you think they still remember their 100 days promises? They forgot now. I told you. You should have listened to me. My issue was simple. Of all their mistakes, what God was angered with was blood. That was the church's interest. Instead of listening to me, they started shedding more blood. They continued shedding blood. And right now, we have the blood of More Blessing Ali and that bishop they murdered in Mavuku. These are the recent attacks and others that I may not know about right now. This new currency is an embarrassment on central banking standards. This new governor, I feel pity for him. He's like Abner, the army general of Saul, the son of Kish. What can you do when you are being led by somebody who is cursed? Unoita sei? Nongo chingoti alright chef regai ndikuita zvamataura. Kuti zvinoshanda. Amen regai tione. It's embarrassing. I feel pity for this new governor. I don't know what motivated him to join such a cursed chariot. It's like joining Pharaoh of Egypt, pursuing the nation of Israel to the Red Sea. It's the beginning of your own end.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have started or joined this. But of course, there are packages involved. Let him feast. It's his time to eat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can still meet with them if they are honestly desiring to help to change the situation. They can salvage their legacies, because we don't have them for a long time, by the way. They can change the story. They made a mistake in the first 2 terms of their office, but something changed and they started to do things better. But they are not the type that listens.
Yeah.
Type yavo manje. Zvekutoudzwa ndo zvaisingade. Yakafanana na Sauro. Saka tese tinoziva maperero aSauro. Saka ndo zvazvichangoita. Hakuna akamborwa naMwari akakunda. Ungagona hako kuita president, asi vanhu havasi vako ndevaMwari. Hakuna munhu akasika munhu panyika panapa. Kuita president hakukupe license rekuti chero wawada munhu nouraya. Hazvimbofa zvakaitika Mwari akaramba akanyarara. God will surely punish the wicked before he dies. I know he is faithful. Let's wait and see. If we are not alive to see it happening, those that live will live to tell the story. All right, brethren, because we have spent almost 3 hours on these prophetic utterances, let's do a break and then we'll come back to the message. Instead of a tete-a-tete, we are going to do a break and we'll come back. Please don't go. Speak to each other on these matters. Put them in writing and let's see who lives to see it happening. Whatever God says is what happens. Whatever God has not said will not happen. Prophecies are not difficult to verify. Their time will come and they will be verified. If not by events, they will be verified by time. And so there's no need to argue with a prophet. You just say, Amen. May what God says come to pass.
Yes.
We are going to be here to see it happening. If God has spoken to you indeed. Let's do a short break and come back to the third segment.